Well, a very good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Studio Rats Q&A Live number 303. My name's James Ivey.
I'm very hot, Paul Drew.
And I'm 40 Watt Phil. I mean, Vinny the Axe. He's not here, and I'm like, I'm going to screw it up deliberately anyway.
Yeah, do it.
You will notice my backdrop is somewhat different to my regular studio space. It's because I own possibly the hottest hotel in the world in Bournemouth. About, 20 miles from you, Paul?
Yeah, 20 miles from me. Can I just say, no, don't worry about what I'm going to say because it's irrelevant to the show. This is like, what I'm going to say is almost like you talking about Atmos. Go on. Go on, ignore me.
I'm going to apologise now because literally my food, thanks to Domino's, has just arrived. So I'm going to stuff my face with this, gargantuan pizza and chips and stuff that's arrived. Sorry about that. What?
Where's Greg?
Just getting the beers in.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm here getting ready for a weekend of cheerleading at the Future Cheer 2026 international competition. I drove down today, and hence I'm in this hotel, which, quite frankly, has seen better days. And the air conditioning, well, they haven't actually installed that yet, so it is like a sweatbox.
Are there any nice hotels in Bournemouth?
There are, but they're really expensive, and our bosses, well, not so much.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts about that, but at a different time.
Listen through. What have you been up
to? We released a video on some pickups. Oh, do you know, you always do this, and I never know what's going on.
It's fair to say that video bombed, didn't it? Sadly,
it proper bombed. Yeah, that video bombed. No, it's doing all right. But that's, I wouldn't expect anything less. It's a pickup video. It's a pickup video. So I wouldn't expect anything less.
That guitar sounds great though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice guitar now, isn't it? We did that, and then before that there was, I know what it was. It was 2 Notes Genome.
No. Wasn't it before that? Wasn't that the
This is well planned, isn't it?
No, didn't you do the one about the what they called? The guys, the Swedish guys.
Oh, that was it. The one, the amp knobs. Yeah, the Bogren Digital amp knobs. Nice.
Bogren Digital, that's the one. Yes.
Oh, it's just like a load of videos. It's been good. Actually, no. It was 2, wasn't it? It was 2 videos, Thursday and Friday. Anyway, what about yourselves?
Well, I'd say, other than working on videos that we've done previously, getting ready for this event. This is a fairly large chunk of my year. It's the biggest. It's the 4th biggest cheer competition in the world, the biggest cheer comp in Europe, and myself, Greg, and the team have to make it look good, sound good, and stuff. So it's a fairly big deal for me, and that's what I'm doing this week. The competition starts proper on Friday morning. So we came down today, unloaded, got a load of the gear in, and started to build. So it's all good. Yes, I'm going to do a proper kind of tech video rundown thing because I don't think people quite get the scope of this event.
I talk about videos that bomb.
Well, don't care.
Hey, do you know what? I saw that video on 10 Ton Studios that you did. I thought that was really good, and that bombed for some bizarre reason. That's a great video.
And there's parts 2 and 3 to that as well. Because Kev owns more gear than...
Yeah, sure. Of course. Vinny, what about yourself?
I didn't do a video this week. I took a break. I'm getting ready to go on vacation, so I'm getting all my P's and Q's together. I did go over a buddy of mine's house who's a recording artist and producer and a sound engineer, and he... bought a Blue Guitar Amp 1 Iridium edition.
Nice.
And wanted me to build his board for him. So I went over there and built his pedal board and did the magnetic mounts for him like I did on mine that you could buy for that unit, which is really cool. And so I worked on that pretty much yesterday. He was quite pleased with it. He's got some nice choice pedals. So he's a private person, so I didn't bring the camera and film it. It would have been nice. But it sounded killer. It was really good. And he was like, and I mean, he's not wanting for equipment. Let's just put it this way. I mean, he's got all kinds of heads on shelves racked up and everything, but he just can't believe how good that little thing sounds.
Yeah,
So,
I really like the Iridium. I really like it. It's good.
We actually talked about when you had yours and you were running 2 of them in stereo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I did. And speaking of videos bombing and not bombing and stuff, is I don't know if there's a downswing on people watching review videos anymore. Because I know there's a lot of people not buying anything anymore because of the times right now. Everything's like nothing's selling and all that. And I'm wondering if that's all got something to do with it. And also, people just want to watch people bitch about stuff now. You know?
Yeah. It does feel a bit like that, doesn't it?
When I did my video the other day about me pretty much bitching about the whole Fender thing and just being agitated with the whole thing, and not trying to jump on the bandwagon of everybody else's BS, that video did well for me in the first 48 hours,
Right.
First 24 hours compared to when I actually work hard and try to like review something.
It's so demoralizing, isn't it? You
Yeah.
put loads of effort into a thing and it bombs. The ones you throw together and think, oh, this is a pile of, fly.
Yeah, just talking to the camera and bitching and complaining about something, and people seem to like it. So I don't know what the answer is, and it's kind of making me rethink everything. I don't even know what to say anymore, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, really? What? Rethink the channel or?
Yeah,
what?
rethink my channel. Rethink. I don't know what am I doing. You know what I mean? Because I do take for people that are watching it, don't do the channel, and I don't go as extensive as you guys. So you guys do have a heavier workload than I do. But I didn't come from recording audio, so I had to learn that. And I'm a photographer. I had a second career as a photographer for 10 years, and I did a 3-year photography school. So I know stills, but I'm not a video guy. So I had to learn video. So it was a little bit of a learning curve for me, but it takes me all bit of probably a whole day's worth of work to do a video. And yeah, and that's a day without, not with my family. And I still have another job. So it's always takes up a Saturday or a Sunday when I'm working on something. And I'm like, sometimes I wonder, is it worth the cost of me not spending time with my family? You know what I mean? To do a video all day for 300 to 400 people to see it. You know what I mean? And not even watch the whole thing.
You are basically 99% the same as Dave. Dave Marples wants me to show a nipple. So I've just had a message from Dave. He said, yeah. So sorry, I was thrown. Yeah, you are basically 99% the same as 99% of anyone that starts a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people go, this is great, nothing's happening, I'll give up. And unfortunately, that's.
Yeah, I'm not gonna quit that though. It's
really hard.
I'm not gonna worry. I'm gonna go on vacation for a couple of weeks, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah. And when I get back, maybe I'll be refreshed and just start doing some more videos.
There's no maybe, mate. You will be. You'll just be like, right, here we go again.
Yeah. We all do go through that stage of just like, what am I doing? And I do every single year. Every single year.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Especially especially with hay fever and stuff, you just got no energy and you're stumbling your words all the time. And yeah, I mean, James knows I'm a stuttering mess on videos. I'm just like, I have to redo stuff so many times.
But we've said so many times, when we get together, we can knock 6 videos, as in just the filming side of things. I think our maximum we've done in a day is 6 videos.
Yeah. Hey,
but what you can't then do on your own is 6 videos. You just can't. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's answer some questions for the people because they're bored of listening to us whinge on about YouTube.
And I'm sorry that I'm eating, but I'm absolutely starving. So I apologize.
Shall I? Do you want to?
No.
Okay, you're doing it. Yeah, James, can you do the one underneath because that should be first?
We should. Yes. Sir.
Mr. McQuillan, thank you, sir.
Hey, Dave.
Cheers, Dave. He said, "Good evening. All only a week before my 6-week summer holiday begins. Join me in a coffee to celebrate. Congratulations, Dave. I think Dave does a bit of school teaching.
Got my pick.
Yeah, as well as his
Got
picks.
my coffee.
Yeah. Well done, Dave. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, sir. Here we go.
Enjoy your holiday. Walrus. He said, Mr. James, I gained respect for you when you said you still worked So you worked at Sibelius. I used that software every day for my own scores. What was it like working there? Was it fun? Did you meet the creators?
So
Hello to Greg. We should hello to Greg behind you. Hello,
there
mate.
he is.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, the internet. I hope you are in good form.
Hey, can I just say before you answer that question, I found the
Yeah.
ultimate life hack of cooling down in this crazy British weather.
Me too.
I'm all
No.
ears, mate. Tell us, Paul. Tell us.
A wine cooler around my arm.
Oh, very good.
I thought you were auditioning to be the next Xena warrior princess.
This is genius. I'm gonna get some more of these. Just stick them all over my legs and arms.
Huge one, like a Tin Man.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
So, was it fun? Yes, it was the best office, not office environment I've ever worked in. The team were all amazing. Yes, I did meet Ben and Jay, or the Finn twins, as we refer to them. Ironically, I had someone phone me up and say, do wish the Finn brothers my very best for their performance this evening at the Albert Hall. When I was thinking, that's a different Finn brothers.
Unbelievable.
It was fab. It was the best job for the best quote unquote job a muso could ever have. It was ace. I loved it. The people were amazing. I cried when it all started to go horribly wrong. So yeah, the software is still amazing. The people and two of the people are left. That's it. One of whom was my direct boss. Sam's an amazing guy. I love what he's doing, but it's challenging. Here we go.
Sent. He says, "Hey Rats, I'm in Bath. Nice. Oh, that's not too far away either. Just arrived a few hours ago. Where in the F are all the air conditioners? Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it. It's crazy, isn't it? We're so not prepared for this sort of weather.
So for some reason, and this is my biatch for the evening, I can't work out why, as a country, we spend 8 months praying for that big golden radioactive ball in the sky to come out, and yet as soon as it does and it gets hot to a point where you go, this is pleasant, all the schools close, everything shuts down, and the country goes, oh, isn't it hot? For God's sake, it didn't happen when we were kids. What we did when we were kids, we went outside and had lessons under trees in the shade. It was lovely.
That is
Come
true.
on, people. Why is the UK turned into some bunch of flakes?
Hey, we're getting a new prime minister. Don't worry about it.
A northern one,
Yeah. Oh God.
probably.
Anyway, let's go. Walrus. He said, "Wheelchair pillow is here. He is here." There goes the neighbourhood. Next one. Next thing you know, Dave Friedman will.
Coming over this week.
He's in Bath right now.
Yeah, doing the TPS
Yes.
experience. Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
Hold
nice.
on. I need to...
Walrus says, "Next thing you know, Dave Friedman will be here now that Sent is here." Why would Dave Friedman be here?
Don't know.
James has got better looking all of a sudden. Right, next. Pet. He said, is there foolproof way to stop the ox losing its Wi-Fi connection? They work seamlessly for ages and then it becomes a Sisyphean nightmare.
No, there is not. I can't work it out either. I just have to keep going in and telling it to re-establish its links to my Wi-Fi.
Can't you link it via USB?
You can have it hard USB'd into a computer.
Yeah, I'd do that.
You can. But if you want to run it on your iPad, every so often it goes, no, thanks for playing.
Right, okay. Good evening, gents. Good evening, Nick. Ezekiel, he says, greetings from Nuuk, Greenland. We have 8 degrees centigrade. Oh, nice.
Nice. Is that
That would be
toasty
nice.
ball,
No,
Ezekiel?
I think that's pretty chilly.
Yeah, but in the context of Greenland, is 8 degrees actually quite cosy?
No idea.
Dacus, honest opinion, some sort of tube amp for home exclusively player recommendation welcome, or Line 6 Stadium with FR.
What is your home situation? Surely the
Let's say for our sort of home situation, or any of our, because we've all got sort of similar sort of size, spaces or whatever. I would say, do you know what? There's loads of modern tube amps now with great master volumes, so you can get some great tones now at low volumes.
You know what
This-
I'm going to say?
Or any of
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, that's true. Now this turned up.
Hello, what's that?
I got turned up for review. It's the Astro 20.
Oh, really?
what do you make of it, Bob?
Stano.
Or-
That's great. That's
review?
great. Runs at a great sort of low volume. Any Friedman amp.
I would say anything with a 2 notes load boxed output surely would be great.
No, because he wants. No,
Just a
he's,
playing thing, not a recording thing.
yeah, he wants a playing thing, not a recording thing.
I would say
Any Friedman, any the new Bad Cat Hot Cat 50. If you're looking for pricey amps, or Vinny is going to say, Vinny probably makes the right decision.
I'm always going to say Blue Guitar Amp 1, baby.
Yeah.
That and here's why. I use my phone as a decibel meter, so take it as how you want. Conversation, 60 something decibels. I'm able to get that down to 75 decibels, 76 decibels, and still feels like I'm still getting that tube amp reaction playing experience that I can't say that I get with like a quad Cortex or anything else. The quad Cortex, when I'm playing it, it sounds awesome. I'm not dissing it. It's great for recording too. But when I'm playing it, I feel like I'm listening to myself being played back on a CD. Where when I'm playing through the amp 1, I feel connected to the amp and I'm still getting the dynamics out of the tube amp, even at a super low volume. So as of right now, all the amps I've owned, even the 5 watters, this one seems to be more responsive. It doesn't break the bank. It's 100 watts if you want to play live, and you can get it down to 70 something decibels and jam and still have that feel. I don't know if I can explain that right, but that's where I'm going.
You've nailed it, mate. I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What about the context of, is it Dacus or Dacus? Do we know?
Don't know.
Okay, Dacus, apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name. What sort of playing are you looking for? Do you want a lot of headroom? Are you okay with an amp starting to break up at low volumes? What kind of music are you going to play? So for context, do you want something, as Vinny has just described there? Could you go bargain basement, something like the Marshall, what's it called, that one that I had, the Origin series, which has got power scaling from 20 to 7 to something like 3 or 4 watts? Would you go, if you wanted pure tube, could you do something like the small trees or the big trees, which are very low power, pure Class A amplification units, but at a low wattage? However, let it be said, 1 watt, 5 watt, 10 watt,
Still really
in
loud.
your living room is still going to really irritate your neighbours if you've got thin walls.
Yeah, that's why you need a decent master volume, I think, for
A Line 6 Stadium, though, if you're running it into, let's say, a pair of studio monitors or a pair of active monitors or your hi-fi amp, is going to sound amazing. And I'm going to say sound, not necessarily feel.
Oh, the stadium's great. Stadium's really good.
Yep. So
Stadium aspect, something like that, you'll be.
I think we're saying Stadium or Blue Guitar Amp 1.
Yeah.
Very good. Different solutions, but
Very
to throw
different.
another variable into the equation, the Andertons channel have got a video that appeared this week with Lee talking to Rabia, who's using an amalgamation of quad cortex standard pedals or analog pedals in front, and then going to 2 amps as well. And the amount of fizz in the room, the amount of excitement in the room was great when you got the benefit of the amplifiers in the room. When Lee then turned the master volume down on the quad cortex, you still got the sound, but you're not getting the movement of air in the room the way you do with real amps. Is that a thing for you, Dacus, or do you just want the sound?
air is a big deal.
Walrus creating videos is somewhat like writing music or songs. You just never know which one will explode. Very true.
You're absolutely right.
JP, evening or evening, JP. Delta Fit. Hi guys, don't know if you remember a few weeks ago I asked about stainless steel refret on my Gibson R9. It was a unanimous no from you all. I went ahead and got it done anyway. I love the results. Well done.
Yeah, it just proves what we know.
Right, what the hell do we know?
No, it's just like it's
Personal
no, it's great. If it's a keeper and it needed doing, fantastic.
In the context of the previous comment as well, or the previous question from Dacus, it's ultimately going to boil down to you. You guys said no last week. I was watching along. It turned out well. Brilliant. Good for you, Delta Fit. So, Dacus, you can listen to all the opinions you want, but ultimately you're the one that's going to be playing it and feeling it.
He
then get the experience.
He then says,
it knocked the playability up 2 notches and hasn't changed the tone at all, which surprised me. Highly recommended. Nice.
Nice.
well, there you go.
Good for you, mate. Well done.
And 3, 2, 1.
Willie.
Hey.
Well done, Willie. Willie and Sweaty Balls. Nice.
Nice.
That's what his name is today. The Outer Limits. You gents are the reason I started drinking way too early every Wednesday. Studio Rats and bourbon. It does a bloody good. Nice. It does a body good. Nice.
So, see, to me, a bourbon is a chocolate biscuit. Bourbon is the American whiskey.
It's spelled the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. But it's a bourbon versus a bourbon, yeah.
Yeah. Ace Modine, watching on my phone. Did you clone Vinny? Yeah. It's like the Baldy channel, isn't it? It's like James is the odd one out.
Yeah, we should change this to Follically Challenged Live.
Hang on a second.
Bald rats.
Oh, God. We literally got back from the venue, and I said to Greg, I'm really sorry, I've been a bad friend. I need a shower really badly. And he went, all right, I'll go and get my car and drive back.
What?
Matters not.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Brusker for business mate. Yeah. I'll work that out later.
Brewski FRFR.
No cap business, mate.
Yeah, no cap business, mate. Yeah.
NAM A2 is incredibly good. I've
It is.
actually NAM captured the power amp for my B100 Deluxe, and I found it works incredibly well when paired with Synergy preamps as a simple door solution. Nice.
Yeah, that's an awesome solution.
Nice idea. Walrus is 40 watt enjoying a 40 ounce. He could be.
40 ounce?
Burger. Or steak.
I was going to say steak, surely. Because don't you guys serve beers in ounce glasses as well?
Yes.
Mate,
Yes.
That makes sense.
So what's a pint in ounces?
Hell if I know.
It's so good that I've even made captures of the analog preamp plus the NAM power amp baked in, and it sounds extremely similar to if I just ran the preamp into the actual power amp. Nice. Very nice.
That's awesome. Somehow we're there.
We're very quiet. We're very, very quiet.
Yes.
Shall I show things?
Great. So the benefit, as anyone who knows, a couple of weeks, was it 2 weeks ago? 1 week?
2 weeks ago.
There was the latest round of Gardner Hallgate auctions. And while normally I would do my auction collections on the way down to see Paul, because it's not close to you, it's a good hour and a half, 2 hours. But on the way to the Bournemouth, Greg decided that his purchases would be collected. So Gregoire has
Nice. So butchers.
acquired.
Hey, by the way, we should probably explain for anyone that's just tuned in that this isn't James and his wife in their bedroom. James is in a hotel.
We're in a sweatbox
It is
hotel
the
near
hottest,
the venue.
the hottest hotel in the world.
We are at the Bournemouth International Centre this week, doing the 5th biggest cheerleading event in the world, sound and vision.
Sound and vision.
Anyway, come on then.
But anyway, en route here today from the east of England, somewhere near Amsterdam, I picked up a Wampler Bell,
Nice.
which is in pristine condition.
You do have to tell us how much you paid for this as well.
I picked these up for, I guess the equivalent in US dollars would be somewhere near $65 each. So for a pristine pedal, I'm quite pleased with that. The reason that I wanted one of these is because I watched the other day Andy Wood's live stream from when the VP4 was released.
Mhm.
And in front of that, he uses his woodshed compressor and one of these, amongst other things. Has he got the gearbox as well? Is that Andy
Yeah.
Wood's one?
The gearbox.
Those three analog pedals in front of the what are they called? Axifex, everything else are one of his flyboards. So I thought I'd give one of those a call. Essentially, it's just the Nobles with an extra knob on, isn't it? And it's got a compressor switch on the side.
I'm going to add that, quite frankly, the man we've all been waiting for. I mean,
hang on a minute.
This is why it's been quiet, because he's not in.
Not easy.
He's
not.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the show. It's 40 Watt Fair. Hang on. There we go. That's 40 Watt Fair.
There we go. I'm going to be upstanding briefly, Phil.
We can't hear him.
Phil, we can't hear you, mate. Your music is...
Oh, there we go. You only like that I'm here because I'm the only person who knows how to say, hold on, let me get it. Brusky, for real, no cap bussin', mate.
Oh, for real, not full
range. Not FR, not full range flat response. Sorry, you guys don't speak like the youths. So,
Phil, I just want you to know that I screwed up the intro on purpose because we've got to keep it consistent.
Yes, I love the consistency. I cannot believe y'all are up to date, so we're gonna have to fix this. Yes, I'm drinking a pint of Go Fuel right now. There, Walrus. I'm gonna go back to Dacus Hardware because I know Dacus. Hey, Ron, how are you? Dacus already has a Helix Stadium. He just needs to buy an FRFR. I've been trying to tell him to buy the barefaced cab.
Yeah. He needs to buy two, so he's got stereo then.
Yeah. Yes. No, I told him to buy the one that you can buy later and buy the second cab if you really want to.
Yeah, the slave off of it. Yeah, that would be
He
great.
already owns a Helix. Y'all remember the Benson that I had?
Yeah.
I got that from Ron. So
Okay.
it was even though it had power scaling, that was a loud amplifier. And it was too loud for his situation. So Ron, just get the FRFR. Seriously.
Spend the money.
Yeah.
The second one that we purchased is the
Super AT.
Super AT, as in the super fat mod that they did with the Boss Blues driver.
I believe it's also Super AT because it's Andy Timmons.
And of course it's Andy Timmons.
But he has the box and the bag.
And the wrapper. It's a tiny little thing. It's pristine. I presume whoever bought it has got more money than sense, and as soon as they released the Muse pedal, that then became whatever they changed it after Muse sued them, or at least cease and desist. We will say cease and desist in the music industry. Anyway, so I guess whoever owned this got rid of it. But this is number 258, according to the sticker, of 1,000.
Oh.
Never to be repeated. So I'm quite pleased I've got that.
It looks very shiny.
Yeah, and it's tiny.
Look at the lovely sheeny.
It's a beautiful pedal.
It's a good looking pedal.
Yeah. And I love the pot knobs feel lovely, and look at that, look at that.
And it's going to go somewhere in here. So this is
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to mute my thing.
Yeah. Is that an old school like Boss BCB pedal board that you pulled this foam out of?
The BCB 90X.
Yeah.
By who? Mr. Paul Drew.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we've got a High Road Fuzz, which is the Golden Fleece by Mythos.
I have one of those. I love that fuzz.
Joey's retirement fund instead of it being the original. The Black Star Department 10 Valve Boost.
That's lovely.
Another Keeley limited edition, the Monterey Fuzz Vibey thing, which is what the Expression's doing.
So far, I've had all of these pedals.
Can't go wrong. I'm using. Do you remember the Expression Factory by Digitech?
Yeah.
The range of things. I bought the foot switch for that, and it turns out it works perfectly well to control this thing for on-off of each patch, each side, and then up and down through the banks. into a tuner, and then into the Tonex. So one of these pedals is going to get bumped for the amp mod.
Oh yeah,
There we are.
I like it.
We don't need two fuzzes, right?
Yes, you do.
No, I just need a bigger power supply then, and just add the amp mod.
Don't need one
Well-
fuzz.
No, you need all the fuzz. They run on batteries. It's fine. Actually, that one you have doesn't, because there's no room. I have the bigger box high road because I have this like anti mini pedal thing. So he did it in a regular size enclosure at one point as well. So
We should at least at this point say, for your film, what have you been up to?
it's been all personal life. It's been all like work and personal life. Very, very little guitar. I haven't had a podcast out in 2 weeks. It sucks. I did, however, get something in that is very not guitar, even though it is a guitar pedal. I got you can sort of see it here. The Maris.
No, mate, I could not give two hoots about that. What is over your left shoulder?
It's a sideboard.
That's my Moog Subsequent 37.
Oh, baby!
So here's the deal. I've had the Enzo X from Maris. Incidentally, they full disclosure, they sent me both of these. They're sponsoring the podcast for the rest of the year. So this is the Autobit X, which is their new one, which is like
Amazing.
Oh my god! Okay, it's like everybody's like, "Oh, video game sounds." I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome," but no, I get to play in it. There's a mode on. There's a preset on there called what is it called? Crunchy Phono, like phonograph.
Yeah.
And it sounds like instant haunted carnival music, and I'm going to use it on everything. It's amazing. So what I did, because I decided I wanted to play some synth and keys. I'm actually only using, this is so bad. I'm only using the Moog as a controller. I'm not even using any of the built-in sounds. I'm controlling the Enzo X synth sounds with the controller, and then adding the auto bit for like crazy sound effects. And it is wicked fun. It is so cool. It is so much fun.
Nice.
So between me embracing my inner trance DJ the last couple of weeks, Rhett Shaw slamming out the drum and bass,
Yeah, he's going on full jungle, isn't he?
but giving it. So it's my brother Rhett, and then you getting the Moog vibes on. I mean,
I even listened to Joy Division for the first time ever.
Hey.
So my daughter said to me this week, because obviously it's been quite warm of an evening. And
That's an understatement.
we're not used to it. So my daughter said, "Daddy, what was that music you were playing?" And I said, "Oh, that's trance." She went, I like that. I thought, oh God, here we go.
Oh no.
And so I put Armin van Buuren State of Trance on for her. She was asleep in 3 minutes.
Nice.
Oh my God, I found kitty catnip.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's unlocked.
Well, the problem is you're setting her up for failure as a teenager, though, because she's going to go to the places that they play trance music. And no one should go to those places.
If she thinks that the music Daddy produces sounds like Armin van Buuren, I mean, I love my daughter even more now because she thinks that I produce that stuff. But good tunes.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey,
And if I've mispronounced his name, I'm very sorry. So
I listened to your podcast with Levi.
Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah, but he's a smart guy.
He is a smart guy. The some of the podcasts I've put out this year, the one with Levi, the one with Matt Schofield, who I got to go see, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, saw him in New Orleans, which was wicked fun. But there's been some episodes and the one I had with Barton from Cosmodio Audio, it's been really refreshing that it's not all about gear. Like the conversation with Barton, we're talking about his company, right? Like, people come on, they want to pitch their company and sell their thing. We talked about the creative process most of the time and just being a creative. And then with Levi, we talked about, learning music and what it means to be a guitarist. And I love these conversations that aren't necessarily about gear a lot.
That being said, Phil, what's Matt Schofield's pedal board looking like these days when you saw it?
This is going to be insane. I know this is going to be insane. I didn't even go up and look at his pedal board. I didn't.
Get out.
In fact, so he and I talked about on the podcast, we talked about the idea of people that take photos and constant video at shows and how that affects the performer. It affects the way they react live as well, because if you know something you're doing is being committed to memory and maybe put out on the internet, you're not going to take as much risk. Sure. So I snapped exactly one photo, no video, and I was just present the whole time. And it resulted in me not even caring what was on his pedal board.
Awesome.
Although he did have two rocks and a Leslie on stage. So.
oh no! What a disaster!
Sorry to change the subject, James. I've just realised why we haven't got many viewers.
Why's that?
Because you've used that thumbnail again. But anyway,
it's nothing to do with a thumbnail.
It's always to do with thumbnail. I'm going to put the new thumbnail in just while you guys are chatting.
So, related to Phil's comment about not getting involved with pictures and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Last Wednesday evening, I was in a forest in the east of England near a place called Norwich. For general context, watching, among other people, Nile Rodgers and Chic.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it really was, Phil. It was just mind-blowing. 7 people in the band. How old
7
is
people in the audience.
He's a good age, bless him.
Yeah.
And I've heard rumour that this might be one of the last years that he performs the circuit live, because he gets to the point where he thinks, I can make just as much money and more producing and not busting my back going around the world. I took some pictures in advance. I did take about 40 seconds of video during the Madonna medley, but it was an hour and a half of hit after hit after hit after hit. Phenomenal. And I didn't want to put it in my pocket. I just wanted to soak it up because it's a legend who's been doing it for 50 odd years. And my word, he was superb.
And there is something to be said for, just enjoying the gig in the moment. Because as a performer, there is nothing worse than what I've heard many performers refer to as blue face gigs.
Yep.
Everyone has that blue kind of screen washout face. It's soul destroying. And I'm not putting myself anywhere near the iconic status, well, maybe a little bit close, of Nile Rodgers. But, when those guys get affected by it, how can it not affect us mere mortals?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, in the age of like recording everything, and we do record everything, which by the way is a great argument for not there not being an existence of aliens on this planet, but that's another podcast. Moments become so meaningless because we feel like we can relive them in the future.
Yeah.
How many concerts or anything, concerts, name some other event where you would just video incessantly, have you gone to, videoed it, and then never looked at the video again?
Oh.
So not only did you not fully experience the moment you were in, you never went back and viewed again the thing you were distracting yourself with so that you could experience it later.
I was just gonna say that before you said that sentence of experiencing the moment. I went to a Maiden concert one time and pretty much shot pictures and filmed clips, and I literally experienced the whole concert through the back of a 3-inch LCD screen on the back of the camera, and it was almost like I was never there.
Yep.
And I swore to myself after that time I would never do that again. And I think last year I was telling you, about a year and a half ago, when I took my daughter to the Ghost concert, and they took everybody's phone and put them in those pouches. I was a little bit, me being security minded, I was a little bit pissed off about that. However, everybody was paying attention. People were singing all the songs, and it was absolutely awesome. It reminded me of going to see a concert back in the early 90s when nobody had any of that BS with them, and it was really enjoyable. So there's
So,
something to really be said for that.
speaking of Maiden, I'm I think it's Steve Harris who owns a pub on the Norfolk Suffolk border, and when they're prepping for a tour, they will the sign will go up. It says tonight only the Nodding Donkeys, and if you see that, you know full well the place will be absolutely rammed because the Nodding Donkeys is AKA
It's
Iron Maiden.
Maiden. Yeah.
Right. It's their like almost like a
Knocking the
pilot
dust off.
run. Yeah, pilot
Yeah.
run before they
Yeah.
go on the road.
And I was fortunate enough, I mean, God, 20 odd years ago now, to see a Nodding Donkeys gig. And one of the reporters from the local newspaper went in with a camera. And we were talking camera. We're not talking
Right.
AI. We're talking camera. And Mr. Dickinson removed the camera from the reporter, introduced it to the very solid concrete floor, where the audience introduced it to the concrete floor some more.
Yeah, bottom of their feet.
Yeah. To the point where I believe his words were, "We ain't having no bleep, 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 bleep cameras in our gigs."
Yep.
And do you know what? Okay, you're going to get a certain hardcore fan that goes to those sort of shows, and you're going to get the lucky mothers like me who just happen to be in the area at the time. But I think that's brilliant. I think if you want to watch the concert through a screen, buy the DVD afterwards.
Yeah, there you go. Just go on YouTube and watch any of those. And hopefully there's less and less of them, because I'm reading ahead in the comment section, and Walrus says your kids are going to reject AI and screens when they get older because they will be so sick of it. They'll want real experience and less screens. Screw the kids. That's what I want. That's what I want right now. I want to go see bands live. I watch a lot of live streamed concerts, which I think is a different thing when they go into it knowing it's live streamed. Is different than the audience being there just filming it. Like there are bars that just have setups where they live stream everything comes through. But I want to go to the place. This goes straight into my view of ampless gigs as well. This is all part of it. The whole ampless gig thing feels about as real and experiential as seeing something through a screen.
The last time I saw the great Gary Moore live was on the Monsters of Rock tour, where they were second support to Is This Love? Whitesnake. Who were incredible, but Gary, genuinely, I swear I could hear the two TSL 100 heads through the 1968 cabs, direct rather than through the PA, and it was visceral because that man, he could have been played a champ for all it mattered. That man made a noise through those amps that if you were any sort of appreciator of music, not even a musician, it was a proper kind of out of body experience. Paul's getting bored now, I can tell.
He's got the glaze has come over. Oh, that's just the sweat from being. Look, I tried to record. I had a schedule. We got. I was going to do a podcast this morning with Joe Branton and JD Short, and we were going to talk about. I have a whole topic that I don't want to talk about now because I'm going to do a podcast on it, but. That was relevant. That was not bass, Paul. I promise it wasn't going to be bass. But it was music centric, and this is just to bring us back to where we started. We couldn't record because Joe's computer couldn't stay on in the heat of his attic room.
Yeah,
it's so hot. I don't know how y'all are dealing with it with no AC.
It's really simple. It's hot.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Well, I mean, when literally he's got one of those portable AC units now that's like it, but he can't run it and record at the same time, right? So it'd been running all day. He turned it off. It's not cooling it off.
Can you hear the
It's
fan?
so hot.
Can you hear the fan in the background here?
Maybe.
The thing is, an English attic is incredibly hot.
Yeah.
And incredibly cold. So it's depending
about
on the
2 weeks a year, it's a nice temperature.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Rack, evening rats. Hope you're doing well and can handle the heat wave. Do you guys have experience with Bartolini pickups? If so, what do you think of them?
Yes, I had some Bartolini pickups on a bass I built, and they're amazing.
That's my only experience with them as well, is in a bass.
Yeah,
They're known as your active sort of bass. Well, they're known as pickups that go with a preamp.
yeah. The Bartolinis I put in my homemade 5-string basses sounded amazing.
They were in so many Ibanez basses. So many.
And Say basses back in the 90s that were, the bass gallery in Camden, beautiful.
And I think basically Bartolini was the 90s bass pickup. That's what it was. But I mean, I guess they make guitar pickups as well, but I've never tried them. And there's got to be a reason for that.
I was going to say, and nobody else has.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
That doesn't come up very much.
Who knows?
So bass pickups, yes. Guitar pickups, who knows?
Yeah.
No idea. I can't
Walrus.
think of a single guitar that's ever had them.
Yeah, I can't either. Walrus, a 40-ounce bottle of beer contains exactly 2.5 pints.
Why don't we have 40-ounce bottles in the UK?
Well, we do, I guess, don't we? We get the big.
You guys can't be trusted with them.
Yeah,
why.
we can't be trusted. That would last probably half an hour in the UK.
If you're going slow.
Yeah, if we're going slow.
Yeah.
It lasts me 3 weeks.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Ooh, that's not a good thing.
No.
So flat.
That's why I just drink coffee.
There you go.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay. Well done, Phil.
A pint is 16 ounces. Yes.
It is. Yes.
And a quart is 32.
Will M. Calendon. Guys, I purchased a Fractal AM4 a few weeks ago. The unit is so good. Thanks for the excellent review of this product, Paul. It is an awesome unit, and congratulations. Yeah, they're brilliant. They're Fractal do, some of the best. Well, it's the best effects, without a doubt, and some of the best amp modeling. It's Fractal stuff's brilliant.
Yeah, it really, really is. Also, that's Will McCallendon.
What did I say?
M. Callendon. McCallendon.
That's brilliant, isn't it? How do I... Oh, okay. Well, maybe
Yeah.
a capital M.
Yeah, there's no capitals in there. So
Yeah.
Paul, did they send you a VP4 or just the AM4?
I've tried. They sent a VP4 for me to try, but I've got an AM4, so I've tried the VP4 and the AM4.
And do you think at a pinch you could gig just the AM4?
Oh yeah, I could easily gig with an AM4.
Not even a bit.
yeah, because like each of the blocks isn't just one block. It can change like on the fly, right? Because like even there's only 4 simultaneously, like any block can change. Because somebody was telling me how the AM4 was like, even though let's say you did drive, delay, reverb, and modulation, you could like hold down the switch and cycle to a different one in that block live as you're going.
Yeah, you can do that. It is. They're really good. Fractal stuff is, it is the pro option really at the moment. There's something coming out next week which is very, very exciting. So there's something coming out next week. That's all I can say. Well, Russ, 40. What is here? Did he have his pints?
Working on it.
Thanks.
Working on it.
We haven't done that one even though I jumped.
J Music. Do you guys have any issues with me buying JHS Series 3 distortion pedal? I don't have any issue with. No. We don't have any issue with anything.
I don't have any issue with you spend your money how you want to.
Buy whatever you like. But the JHS stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
Is that DS1?
Yeah,
the Series 3?
What's that, Greg?
Is it DS1 based?
Oh no, I don't think so. I think the JHS 3 series distortion is not a DS1.
How come you haven't already searched this up, Phil? You are slacking.
I know. I'm really behind. I think it's rat based.
Right.
Well, it's got a volume, distortion, and filter control. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably a rat base.
It's a rat.
So
Nice.
you could buy a rat for half the price.
You mean?
That is true. We do think the. Sorry, mate. What's that? Because James's microphone doesn't pick you up very well because it's got some sort of filter on it.
Also, he was sneezing.
Okay. The 3 series were his $99 entry
Yeah,
level.
but a rat is,
They are.
a rat you can pick up for. I mean, you used to be able to pick them up for £69. I don't know if you can anymore.
Yeah, brand new. They're 88 used. They're like $50, $65.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would be in the UK, but you can get a used rat for cheaper than you can buy a new JHS 3 series.
Yeah. Crazy.
Decca, or shall I go DEKKA?
Decca.
He says evening or 1 pint equals 2 fluid ounces. So 40-watt fill, 2 pints fill. How about Dacus uses Synergy module in the smallest unit, which has a master volume, then can play to a speaker, PC, or PA. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I don't like about the Synergy Syn 20, which is the little Synergy.
It's a little combo, right? Little combo.
They now do a combo, but it was originally a head.
Oh yeah.
The IR20. I just don't like the clean sound. It's too sterile for me.
My issue with them, honestly, I am definitely Synergy curious. But until they give me a combo, first of all, I'd like a combo with 2 modules and reverb. If they could give me that, I'd be really, really interested. I also know Dacus' situation. He does not have studio monitors or any of that some of us are used to set up with their computer. Otherwise, that would have been that's been my recommendation a couple of times, Ron. But yeah, I still think just he needs an FRFR because he's already got the Helix.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's got the Stadium or the normal Helix.
The Stadium. He's got the Stadium.
Okay. Great. Blind Man Gary, can you guys recommend any good spring reverb pedals? Yes, the Crazy Tube Circuit's White Whale.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
And it's also got trem. It's got trem on it as well, and it's superb.
Yep.
Yeah.
I reviewed it last year.
What's the little sort of yellowy coloured one that's green and red decals on it? Or
Is that
screen?
the only one I thought of was the Dan Electro?
Is that the Topanga or something?
Topanga, that's it. Yeah.
Topanga. Real reverb with no springs in it would. I like the J Rocket Boing pedal.
I was going to say that one.
Super simple. It's one knob. I don't know if you've seen it, but
But it's not a real spring, no. It's
No.
Okay.
The best real spring reverb pedal I've ever owned, and I've only owned a couple, was the Carl Martin Headroom.
Yeah.
But it's huge. It's a bit because it's it's got a spring that long in it. So
Reverb tank, yeah.
it's a small tank.
The Carl Martin. If you can say the Carl Martin's like that, it's got a full spring reverb in it.
Yeah. It's like this big. It's
what
like
about
2 of these.
what about the Surfy Bear?
Yeah,
Even bigger.
Again, they're big.
They're big. Well, they make a
They're
mini
big.
Surfy Bear. It's not so
do
big.
they?
They come in different sizes. Yeah.
Well, the Crazy Tube Circuit one is smaller and it's got a real spring in it.
Yeah.
And it sounds incredible.
Yeah. The only thing you got to worry about is putting them on your pedal board there, blind man, because if you if you stomp on your board and you create any kind of vibration, it could
Yeah,
cause
but
an
that's
issue with
real.
the
That's real noise. That's real. That's the real world.
Sticky
Honestly,
content,
the best spring reverb pedal is a Fender amp.
Yeah,
Or
like my Tone Master one.
No, not a spring
with the
reverb.
authentic. Oh wait, no, never mind.
or
Yeah.
or the Fender Valve Spring Reverb that I bought.
Yeah,
Hardware unit. My God, that thing's good.
yeah. Or if you don't mind it not having a real spring, if you're okay with that, listen, the Flint is on like every other pedal board for a reason.
Yep, it's on mine too for the Blue Guitar Amp one.
It's
I got the
so
Flint.
good.
It's good.
Yep.
Plus, you
Moving
get a
on.
tremolo with it.
Hod, good day from downtown Nashville at Bon Jovi Bar. Looking like a fish. Nice.
I've been to that bar. It's hilarious, their stage setup. So their stage is multi-levels. So like the singer is like on like they're on a stage, but it's not up too high. And like there's just enough room for a singer, maybe an amp if they were a guitar player. Then there's like a next stage behind them up that had the bassist and the guitarist when I saw them, and not much room for anything else. And then a stage above that where the drummer was.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It was nuts.
So to quote our friends, their stage is like bam. Moving on.
What? Jesus.
You know what? I take clips of every one of these live feeds because every time James throws a joke, Paul, you're like, "What?"
Whether you're laughing at me,
You just do a montage of all of them. It'd be fantastic.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, you should. Hello mate. He said, "Hey up, legends. How we all currently sat in a hotel with no aircon, almost at the point of licking my eyeballs to keep cool. Anyway, hope you're all well, mate."
What's up, Al? You guys have been in civilization for how many tens of thousands of years, and you still have not got the air conditioned thing solved? What the hell's going on over there?
Well,
We
we're trying to
Americans
find-
invented air conditioning, so there's
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So my kid's school has air conditioning, and they said, "Oh, we can't afford to use it."
yeah. This is why I pay the $300 light bills in July.
Mm.
Rat Revival. My guitar teacher just made
Oh.
a wet
There we
dry
go.
wet.
There it is.
Was that?
Oh, looks like oh, there we go.
He's frozen. Rat Revival says, my guitar teacher just made a wet dry wet setup with vintage Fender Twin at the center and two 2x10 vintage JBLs in stereo via Groove Tube's Trio power amp with Dynacord, Leslie, etc. Man, there's nothing.
Yeah, I bet that sounds massive.
What's the next?
Man, there's nothing.
And the next comment is
wet setup, which my first time playing through was damn nice. Very nice.
That's the way. This is how you live life, Rack Revival. That is what real life sounds
don't get
like.
me wrong. I want that on stage as I'm playing, but I don't want to have to lift that on stage.
See, they have the air condition running in the lobby of James's hotel, so we can't get good internet. You just get audio and him locked up.
Deca, correction, 1.16 fluid ounces according to Google, but my jug is the Mark 20, so that explains why my cooking is as bad as my maths. Nice. William Sway Balls. Sway Balls. New Orleans sucks.
New Orleans is my favorite American city.
Walrus, your kids are going to reject AI and yeah, we've done that. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Thanks, Walrus.
Yeah.
Blind Man Gary, he said, was at Off with the Heads gig.
It's a band called Off with Their Heads.
Was at
an Off with Their Heads gig.
and sorry, okay, and someone was on the phone at the front, and the lead singer took the phone off them. Nice,
Love it.
nice. JP mentioned last week, but we did do a gig a Friday of Neil Young songs, as he'd cancelled. Just 2 mics and 3 guitars and no phones. Hell, barely no set list even. It was so much real fun for all. Nice.
Love that.
Well done, mate.
Yeah,
Right.
amen.
Rack Revival. I can't think of one. Paul Jackson Jr. in 1981 Valley Arts Custom Pro.
Oh, guitars with Bartolini pickups.
Oh, okay. Nice one.
Yeah.
Our limits, not to mention the fact that if the gig is a proper volume, the audio on that cell phone video is going to be total shit. Yeah. That is true. Contranate, the light pedal by Game Changer is astonishing, amazing. Nice.
Yes.
That's what I hear. Never played one.
I've never played one either. Keith White, great deals on Amazon. I got a Boughton GP200 for 260. It's no fractal, but does the 5 sounds I need. Great show as always. Nice,
Yeah.
Keith. Fantastic. Congrats. Contranate says, I disagree. The light pedal can do crazy things a Fender amp can't.
But I said a Fender amp is the best spring reverb. The light pedal is not a spring reverb.
It is not, definitely not a spring reverb.
Definitely not.
It's probably the opposite. Jim, my first amp in 1982 was a PV Bandit, which has a reverb tank. If you jumped on a wooden stage, it sounded like thunder. Yeah.
I have 2 of those in there.
Yeah. Walrus, I don't know how people lived in Texas before AC was invented. Yeah, Jesus.
Very, very odoriferously? Stinky.
Warmly.
It was stinky and
Mr.
warm.
Stanky.
We are at the 1 hour mark. It is tradition at this point. You tell us about the news.
Okay. Okay. Let me share my screen. There's only really 2 bits of news. I want to do the first one first. Sorry,
We usually do the first thing first.
I meant the second one first. Which is
Phil,
Here we go.
Fender's standards.
All right.
Mr.
So
41.
at this point, I mean,
We're
Clang,
jumping to this first? Wait, you're going here first?
yeah, we're going here first because I think there's something really cool in the second.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you want to talk about this? Is everyone bored of this? Yeah, I'm pretty bored.
I think this is the greatest thing that's ever happened in this story.
Hey,
I do
I
too.
love the fact that
Jesus.
I love the fact that Toman have said, do you know what, Fender? Go and do one. We're going to take one for the team and we're going to ask you to actually confirm what in the name of you mean.
What the hell is that?
That is an
that
AI generated image, my friend.
What the hell is going on? That is.
It's an almost Pensa.
It's a Pensa not sure.
Right. I'm
No,
not
it's-
so sure.
That's an exotic. That's a Paul Reed Smith. I don't think it's AI generated. That looks like some sort of. No. That's a.
That's a gear for music.
It's a Pensa. It's a Pensa, sir. It's the original Pensa. That is God. Who would ever do that?
Whatever the picture looks like, I think this is Hans Toman, who we've met, saying, do you know what? All you small builders, makers, dealers, we are going to take one for the team and politely ask Fender what they actually mean. But we're going to get them to do it in court, so it's legally binding. That's what this is all about.
Essentially, the measuring contest is now going to become a measuring contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's about to happen. Is
We've had
that
the rubber card, now show them.
Yeah, that's it. It's this is the put up or shut up moment. This is you think you have a case because you got an uncontested default judgment. Now you need to prove it when you have someone who wants to argue against you in the room.
Yeah.
And
They'll fall flat on their face.
And we've met Hans Toman, and he's a very charming, very lovely man. I would not want to be up against him in court.
I wouldn't want to be up against his bank balance if you are What was it, Phil? 280 million or 180 million in debt? I can't remember what you said. The other week.
186. Fender's 186 million dollars in debt.
Damn.
And I
Very large legal bill.
and I can tell you that from working with the team at Toman for the last 18 months to over 2 years now, they're not
186
They're
million
not.
in debt.
Well, also, Toman is a $1.5 billion a year business. Fender is a $500 million a year business. Now, don't get me wrong. The parent company of Fender is bigger, and they may be closer to Toman's size, but do they want to pump the money into legal that Toman is willing to do? That's not to mention the fact that I bet there's some other brands that would be willing to help Toman pay for these legal bills.
And the other really important question here is, can Toman afford to lose their Fender business? Now, I looked on Toman's website yesterday. Still selling Fender. If this got nasty, could Toman afford to basically wipe out their Fender inventory? Yes.
Well,
can Fender afford to lose their Toman business? And I tell you what, I bet the answer is a big fat no.
What do you reckon, Paul?
I reckon. I'd actually, if Hans Toman had said, okay, we're not going to stock Fender, stodgy Fender, I'd go. That's great. I don't see, why would you tickle the balls and then take someone to court? It just makes no sense. Stop selling Fender.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I think we do need to discuss that.
I think in their press release, they do say we are doing this not only for ourselves but also for the little guy who can't afford to do this. And I think that's awesome.
Remember that Toman not only has as a retailer a stake in this, they have Harley Benton wrapped up in this as well.
Sure.
So it's not just them as a retailer, but I like his approach, and I believe him when he says we're doing this because we feel like it's our place in this industry to protect the other brands. And they say a bunch of things about, innovation and allowing for, and I believe them, but I don't know if that's jaded by my opinion of Fender right now. But I definitely wouldn't want to be in the courtroom against them.
Well, and it's going to cost Fender a fortune now because the legal team is going to charge them out the wazoo to start to form up a strategy and to kind of put down in explanation what the people suing are requesting.
Also, Toman gets to choose the court.
Oh, nice.
Because they're filing suit, Fender has to play on their turf.
Yeah,
right.
They're going to look like fools.
And the only
reason why I say it is because the CEO, even when he did that approach on that whole thing with the merchants, like I said, he dressed like he was going to bowling in in the Southwest somewhere, and it was like totally unprofessional. But remember, words matter, shapes matter. Dumbest thing.
The thing that a lot of people missed is that Bananas at Large, who were the ones who put the video of the Fender CEO, Bud Cole, they are a dealer in Northern California. Let's not pretend they're a YouTube channel. They're not. They are a dealer.
Mm-hmm.
This has done their YouTube cred quite a lot of help, should we say?
Oh, sure.
But Bananas at Large are a dealer because I'm not going to say who, a friend of Paul's and mine used to be their marketing manager. Paul's going, who?
I don't know.
But I just think this says, so Fender, you've come out with kind of half drawn, you're reaching for your gun and going, look, we've got a gun too. And I think that Hans Toman's gone, go on, draw.
Yeah. No matter how this plays out, this is a lose-lose for Fender. And you said earlier, can Toman afford to lose Fender as a brand? I look at the other way around. Fender's $186 million in debt. Thomann's the largest music retailer on the planet.
Right.
Can
They can't
Fender
lose that Europe
afford to
market.
lose Thomann?
Yeah, they can't lose that Europe market.
I don't even, and I think it's worse than that. I think Fender have already, said that they're going to do, or Fender already does direct sales.
Yeah.
I think Thomann Sweetwater, Anderton's, whoever should just go. There you go, Fender. Off you go. Go and do it on your own.
The thing is, we won't hear from Sweetwater because obviously they sell primarily US only. I don't know if you can buy Sweetwater in the EU or in the UK because we're not anymore. I don't believe. Certainly, when a Sweetwater rep said, "Hi, I'm Jimbo, your Sweetwater rep," I went, "I'm in the UK," and he went, "Okay, sorry, bye."
Yeah.
It was Sweetwater are not going to stick their head above the parapet and say, "Oh, we're with Thomann." Of course, they're not. They're not daft. They want whatever percentage they can get from
and they don't have to. There's already a judgment on this in the US that Fender has no fight, so they don't have to worry about it.
No, but what I just don't get is why Fender would fight this, because it just does not make any sense. We've already got the judgment in the US that says, arguably Fender's biggest sales space. Why would they do this in the EU? Because it is not their biggest sales space.
It is the second biggest, though.
Failed lawsuit in the States.
Okay, so they okay, that's true. I think they do want to try to win in Europe and then turn around and double back and try to overturn the case they lost in 2009. But here's what they're losing the most, and this comes from Phil McKnight, not from me, and he knows way more than I know in this. But
all of us know, I think, is probably closer.
Yeah. So Fender, the company that owns Fender, Servco, bought Reverb. Mm-hmm. Reverb is owned by the same company that owns Fender. That means they have data on worldwide trends that we don't have. They know where emerging markets are. They're trying to head off, just being completely honest, they're trying to head off PRS in emerging markets where they know PRS is gaining steam with the Silver Sky. They're trying to head off PRS in emerging, especially Asian markets where rock and roll is really being introduced in countries that it didn't have access to before, and the guitar market is growing. They're not worried as much about the EU. They've lost the US at this point. They want to gain those new markets before anybody else can because they have data nobody else has access to.
So back when I was at Sibelius, and we kind of go to the top of the show now, my CTO and head of worldwide marketing went to China, and they said, sort out their dealers and had dealer meetings and stuff like that. And they said, so why is Sibelius not the biggest notation platform in China? They said it could be if it wasn't for all the fakes. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I say we get a plane and start dumping out S-style guitars in bales, like cocaine dealers. You know what I mean? Over there.
The thing is, though, what upsets me is... Upsets is perhaps a strong word. Again,
that is a strong word.
But you've got... to me, a guitar's a guitar's a guitar is a guitar. Whether it's got Fender on the headstock, I'm not someone who's financially invested to the state. I'm not a collector. I kind of am, but not. I'm not someone who goes, "Oh, I'm going to spend 30 grand on this 1956 Strat because it's going to be worth 100 grand in 10 years' time." That's not me.
Yeah.
But what I don't get is the guys who are Fender players getting upset and going, "Oh, I'm not going to play my Fender Strat anymore." I'm like, what? You've bought it. The quote unquote damage is done. You've bought it. It's yours. The only person you're hurting by not playing a thing that you own is you.
That's what I did when I talked about it in my video. They don't care if you're not going to play your shit or not. What do you know what I mean?
Well, in a way, it depends on how you're playing it. If you're someone who plays on stages and you don't play Fender, Like you playing Fender is an endorsement in a way. If nobody sees anyone playing a Fender guitar, nobody wants a Fender guitar. I'll tell you where the real loss is here for Fender now that Thomann is involved. Before Thomann got involved, if you searched Fender Strat cease and desist or Fender Strat lawsuit, blah, 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 the only websites that it turned up for news sources were Music Radar, Guitar.com, Guitar World, blah, blah, blah. Now that Thomann is suing Fender, it's on MSN.
Yeah.
It's not limited to music websites anymore. It's become a global corporation battle.
Right. And if you had all the Fender endorsees literally all band together, you know, like these people do when they have like other things that they want to, other things that go on in the world, and they all band together to bitch about. If they all got together and said, "Hey, Fender, here's a letter that we all signed. We're not going to play our endorsed guitar on stage," you know, and they could come up with some really cool excuse for them, like we're in fear that we're going to be harmed on the stage because of it. You might see a turnover there, but that's never going to happen because these people, that's how they make their money.
Yep.
Yeah, and bear in mind that the Fender endorsees, as in at the big level, are paid to be endorsees as well. Let's not pretend that, oh, I went to Fender and because I do gigs with a little band, they made me a guitar and they put my name in the headstock. That doesn't happen. If you're John Mayer, for example,
Or Eric Johnson.
or Eric Johnson, when you were a Fender player, Eric Johnson's perhaps a better shout. When you are a Fender player, you are an endorsee. You get your deal on your guitars, but you also get your endorsee fee. And again, I don't know what those numbers are. I don't want to know what they are, but
It'd be interesting to see what sort of text messages Matteo Mancuso is sending to his agent at the moment. Wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
That's
Just
what
nicely settled in there. Did they say anything about this, old boy?
Yeah, I was going to say about him as well, because, you know, recently just gone over, and also Ariel Posen as well, just recently gone over to Fender. And...
Yep.
yeah. But by the way, that I signed with you to help my career, not in the face.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough airtime for Fender. Don't
So,
you agree?
what's the other news, Paul? PRS.
It is PRS. It is PRS. Okay, I'm going to show you something, because this has been sort of touted around for a few months, maybe even a year, and it's finally out.
Did you already have this pre-planned?
What do you mean?
I didn't know it was going to be PRS.
No, because I threw it in the chat
Oh, did you?
to see if you wanted to throw it on there. That's so funny that you caught it as well.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see the chat. I think this looks great.
Oh
That
my God.
is.
I'll tell you what doesn't look great about it.
Go on.
The horns that look like a
Nope.
Stratocaster.
No, keep going.
The price?
The price. You're not down to it yet.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, let's have a
It's
look.
$4,000.
For an SE?
That's
not
not
an
an
SE.
SE.
No,
That's not
no.
an SE.
There is an SE version.
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't
No.
think there
No?
is
All
yet.
right. Well,
No, there's not. It's limited to 200 units. It said.
Yeah, it's limited.
it?
$4,000 each.
$4,000 each. Jesus.
Mhm.
Well-
Hold on a second. So it's a limited edition. It's a limited edition for 4K. I mean, the fact is, look, just ignore it's only got one pickup.
I can't. I can't ignore it.
A pickup is, retail is 60 quid.
Yeah.
For that sort of pickup.
This will be the same thing though with the Herman Lee. They're going to see how much bite there is for our demand for this, and then they'll make an SE version of it.
Yep.
Just like they did with the
Exactly
Herman Lee.
what'll happen. An SE version of this, I might be really down with that. My thing is not cost in this, Paul. It's the usability and the versatility of it for a player who isn't this John Jordan. It's for somebody who's not that person. Right now, this is for the super fan who has money to blow.
Yeah. I mean, look at my Les Paul Custom made to measure. It's got one humbucker in it. You know what I mean? And that's a pretty pricey guitar. It's way more expensive than that thing.
Yep.
It is.
You know?
It is, and I think this is great. I mean, £4,000. Don't get me wrong; it's a lot. It's a lot of money, but for a limited edition guitar, I mean, I don't really know the guy. So the guy plays with Mammoth.
I guess so. Which feels like that makes sense. I mean, that this has PRS has a lot of EVH vibe to me.
And I will say he was playing his personal guitar, I think, in the video because there's a nice dent where the forearm goes over in the promo video.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I mean, you know, the whole sort of curve of the pair, I think it just looks great.
Oh, I think it looks great.
Is it an even more extreme violin curve, or is it just the nature of the metallic?
It does look more extreme. It looks more extreme.
It does. I reckon that's just the lighting. I reckon the lighting.
It's probably the paint, and the other thing too is it probably has to do with when the other pickup is on there and the other knobs, it draws the eye away from that.
Yeah.
Like you have nothing else to stare at but that.
That's true.
Yeah. I think
There's a concert Parker Fly that came out like that, and the body looks more extreme than the others because it's missing stuff.
Yes, exactly. Me too. It looks very Parker Fly. I think that's cool. I think that's very, very cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool, isn't it?
Whether I think it's $4,000 cool, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you're not. Yes, but it's. And how much is a PRS? You know, a custom 24.
Probably $4,700.
There we go.
Got 10 top.
Let's see. I'll tell you. It's
But
20.
forget about the 10 top. Forget about 10 top. Just the bog standard 24.
PRS custom 24. That's a limited edition. It's $4,700.
So there you go. So for a limited edition guitar, yeah, it's not going to be for everybody, but I think that's great. I'd go for it.
So
see you down Anderton's in the morning, mate.
we can be there in an hour and a half from here.
They're going to sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, they're going to sell out. It's only 200. They'll be gone.
That compared to the stupid Herman Lee, penis guitar, whatever it is, it's just there's no comparison. Anyway, let me stop this. That's it. That is the news.
There was one other, but it's a bass, so you can skip it. That's totally okay.
Yeah, moving on.
Not as interesting as Atmos.
Oi!
Contronator, he said the light pedal is a spring reverb. Has a real spring in it.
It does have a spring in it. I forgot. It uses both optical light and a spring, and so it does something really weird with them. I don't think of it as a spring reverb, but you're right. It does have a spring.
Are you talking about the light pedal? The one?
Yeah, the game changer.
Yeah. The fuzz
They did one that was a fuzz. They did one that was a reverb.
Ah, I didn't know they did a reverb. Okay.
Yeah.
Apologies. Mike, hello mate. He said, Paul, met an old friend of yours today. The tech at Guitar Epsom. Alex. Alex, I'm guessing. Yeah, Alex is awesome.
Yep.
Alex is great. Nick, exotic FGM PRS Fender Maybach Pencer. Nice. Thank you. Cheers, Nick.
Different one. Yes.
JHS3 distortion is a rat. I have one. It's awesome. Nice. Cheers, Willie and Sweaty Boars. JTB, Fender should be concentrating on making better products. I tried an acoustic Sonic. What? Made in Mexico, and the fret edges were so sharp they made my dingers bleed. No one likes the bleeding dinger. Yeah.
Well, there's your problem. Don't play your guitar with your dingers.
Exactly. What are you doing, man?
It's like slide, but different.
Oh,
I think he means
Fingers.
yeah. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
We know.
we know, but it's way funnier the other way.
And D is next to F. We know. Hey, blind man Gary, he said Fender should just sack the CEO, say sorry, and move on because at this point it's just loose. Yeah, I agree. Just sack him. It's someone's made. Well, they definitely need to sack someone that made that stupid decision.
Yeah.
Someone heads need to roll.
The thing is, Gibson survived Play Authentic, and I have no idea how they did.
They stopped because they shut up. Because it happened, they saw the backlash, and then they never talked about it again. Those words were never uttered again. They didn't double down.
Right. They did their TV channel, and they were like, "Look, Slash on a couch," and it was just like, and that was it, and it was over.
They figured it out.
Yeah. There's a phrase that a previous employer of Paul's and mine uses, and I won't say his name on here because I'm just not going to do that. But the phrase is, and I've used this recently in many different scenarios: fires fail through lack of fuel.
Yeah, that's it. If you stop giving, you gotta stop feeding it, it'll stop. But instead, the CEO went to that freaking retailers meeting and doubled down, and that refueled it. And then it started to fade again. Toman sues, feeds it. It's gonna keep until they're at this point now where they have to make a statement and walk it back. They can't just leave it alone.
I mean, is John Cordy on his 45th?
It's got to be. I love Cordy, but oh my gosh, so many videos.
That's what happens when you make 3 videos a day.
Yep.
I think he's going to start reading the ingredients in the back of a cereal box soon.
As long as he puts a minute of playing in those videos.
The guy is awesome. The
God,
guy plays
play.
amazing.
God,
He's
he can play.
killer.
Like, the thing is, I cannot knock his playing. The guy plays. So if he, having been booked for a few scratch band gigs, if he turned up and he was the guitar player on some of the scratch band gigs that I played on, I would be the most happy drummer on earth.
Yeah. He's a great player.
Well,
So
you know
move
what?
on.
He's got to.
Move
His
on.
channel's his business. He's got to make money.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to feed your family.
And
I
he
don't
clearly
think-
does work with Fender as well. And we get it. We totally get it that you have
It's not
to.
going to be future, though, is it?
But no one's going to work with Fender in future because at this rate, there won't be a Fender.
Paul, what were you
Moving
going to say?
Wait, hold on. No, Paul. Well, because I think Paul was going to say, I don't think Cordy makes his living through his YouTube channel.
No, I was
I don't
going to
think
say
he makes that much money on it.
No, I was going to say I don't think Cordy is just a great player. I think Cordy's world class. I think Cordy is
Oh, yeah.
he's exceptionally good. He's not just
Yeah.
a great
I
He's-
love his playing.
I will say there's another angle. I'm sorry, we're going to stay on Fender for a second. I noticed we don't have that many more comments. So there's another angle to this too. Fender released 2 new lines last week, and the only videos on it were Andertons.
Wow.
Not a single influencer I know who has worked with Fender in the past even knew they were coming out, let alone had one for review.
Right.
You continually make really salient points, you clever
I-
bastard.
I'm just paying attention.
Let me go back to a previous one. You mentioned the parent company that owns Fender Music Corporation. Looking at we've got this much money. Thomann have got this much money. They're looking at their cards. Ultimately, Thomann have played an absolute blinder because whatever cards they've got the joker, the trump card of, okay, well, if you've won, we're just going to stop stocking your lines.
That's it. If that's it, we're going to walk away.
Exactly. So it is. I can't remember who it was that said it's a lose-lose situation, but legally it is now a lose-lose situation. They have been told, all right, put up, shut up.
There are
Ain't gonna end
one
well.
group of people who win from this: the lawyers.
Yeah.
The lawyers. They're always the ones who win. I'll tell you, I'll give you a situation just for fun. I had some folks trying to ban some books in a library that I was the director of, and legally they couldn't do it. And we were in a meeting with my board, and my lawyers trying to explain how you can't do this, right? And ultimately, my lawyer turned to the board and said, "You can do what they want, and you can remove these books." He said, you can do that. Then you will get sued, and I will do my best to defend you. But we will lose, but I'll have a new pool. So you do what you want.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Boom.
Jim says Toman has my support and respect, whereas Fender has lost a lot in the guitar community. Yeah.
Just right. So again, going back to another salient point which Phil made, some have come out and the stance which they have taken makes them look really good. Whereas depending on what you read about Thomann, you might think that the chap at the top of the tree there isn't necessarily the nicest human in the world in terms of his business practices. And yet, by virtue of the fact that Fender have absolutely messed the bed, anything that he's said just makes him look quite reasonable.
We as human beings love the underdog, and it does not matter that in no situation is Toman the underdog.
Boom, there you go. Let's say no more about it.
We
Right,
love.
despite how that guy is, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
That's always how it goes.
JTB, if I was looking for a new guitar, I wouldn't even consider Fender right now. They're a huge PR problem after this shit.
Amen.
I think though, but let's put this in perspective. The guitar community is tiny.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The YouTube community that watch guitar stuff is
Tinier.
very tiny.
The
Tiny,
community
right?
that watches my channel is really tiny. No,
So small.
People that actually give a shit about this is very, very tiny compared to the actual people that are not going to buy,
See
that are
now,
buying guitars.
But that's why it's important that this makes it's on MSN instead of guitar.com now.
and I was going to say that's the difference. While it was on Guitar World and Guitar this and Guitar that, it's very, very small. As soon as it hits MSN,
Okay,
it becomes a big deal.
sure, but if mum goes in with her kid to go and buy a guitar into a guitar shop, they don't give a shit.
No,
They
it comes
do
down
not
to
care.
price at that point. It
and
comes
they
down
have
to
no
price.
idea. They don't even know about it.
They don't even know about it. And the majority of people buying Fenders don't even know this is going on. And all would care if it's on MSN. They're not going to go, oh, well, I'm going to support.
There's another point though. You know who does pay attention to this though? That's part of that scenario.
Go on.
The people that work in the shop.
Yeah.
They care, and are they going to still direct that mom to Fender rather than another company when they come in and know nothing about guitars?
Well, they're governed by their boss who's telling them to sell those guitars.
Yeah, but if they also sell another comparable brand,
Yeah.
I mean, Fender hasn't exactly made friends with any of their dealers since they started undercutting them direct.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But that's it. As opposed to tickling their balls, the dealer should just go, well, we're not gonna do it, and let Fender go on their own. They'll
And
soon go.
if Fender wants to continue, like they have a huge share of early new guitarists, especially because of the Squire line is so affordable. Well, if they keep undercutting their dealers and they make it so difficult to be a dealer, and they just give their dealers hell because they've got to have all of this stock in order to carry anything, well, you're going to have less dealers. And guess what? That is way less moms walking into guitar stores to buy their kids' first guitar, because if a parent wants to buy their kid their first guitar, they're not going to go to Fender.com as their first port of call. They're going to go to their local music store.
And Fender makes it hard for these mom and pop shops to do anything with them anyway. When I worked for a small mom and pop shop and they got Fender, they had to carry everything.
And
they were forced to carry their basses, all the stuff that doesn't sell. They push it all on them. Otherwise, they don't get the contract.
And it's an $80,000 buy-in to start being a dealer. Like your first order. Ridiculous.
It's crazy. We should do this.
Yeah, we should do it. Sorry.
Trev, thanks, mate. He said, all Fender has done has reinforced my love for Japanese-made guitars and boutique amp guitar builders. Nice one, Tricky Trev.
Yeah.
Well done, Trev.
I do like Japanese.
You know what I did notice, though? When it gets really hot over there, Paul starts to dress like Sting. I noticed. You look really classy, man. Like I don't like. I got a T-shirt on. I don't feel like I'm dressed for the occasion here.
No. I'm literally just wearing like a linen shirt because it's the only thing that's cool, and it's done up. It's undone to David Hasselhoff levels. So
It actually goes down to the belly button. We just can't see.
We used to have a thing in my office, in my detective bureau. If anybody left their computer unlocked, right? Because you're supposed to lock it when you get up. If we left it unlocked, somebody would jump on it and put a picture of David Hasselhoff laying with a bunch of puppies with no shirt on and stuff. It's like an iconic picture floating around the internet. So they would make it your wallpaper on your computer. So everybody, when you would sit down, you go to do some work, and all of a sudden David Hasselhoff's naked with a bunch of puppies laying down on your computer. It was hilarious. Just a little side
The
story.
internet is lucky that I have standards, otherwise I will be sat here in my pants. And tonight, I'm going commando.
I did work with a
James,
guy
what
once.
is going on over there?
There's a Sesame Street image from Bert and Ernie.
No, I'm seeing it.
Right. So
Stadler and Waldorf for me. I'm a miserable old bastard.
so back in the day when I used to do lots of gigs and did lots of holiday camp gigs and stuff, and somebody would leave their computer open, and it was back in the days of the Windows, the Teletubby kind of hill and the sun in the background and stuff. And my buddy decided that because they'd left their computer open and completely unpassword protected, what he did was he screenshot the Teletubby kind of the grass green background, turned it upside down, made it the backdrop, and hid all the icons on the screen. So the person that's a genius.
Oh yeah, I've done some naughty things to people's computers. Right, let's move on.
Yeah, moving on.
Right, Revival, something for the news. The new Hook amps glow box, like the Tone King pedals, real tubes and digital background. Looks cool, nice.
Yeah, and it's twice as expensive as the Tone King pedals.
And you have to call it Hook because they're from the Netherlands.
JP, as 40 says, Servco have the data. The data is showing Fender will go bust in the next 3 to 5 years. Unless they do or try to manage that. This is from Professor of Business Studies, Friend Analysis. Nice.
Oh.
Well, sure, yeah, that is the point, isn't it? As Phil said, again, with his bloody intelligence.
Look,
brain.
I'm just meeting this guy. I like him a lot.
You can see the numbers.
Yeah.
Someone in Fender is going, we're literally looking at the outcome of this case. Those numbers will go south very, very swiftly. If we win in court, we then lose. Or if we lose in court, we've lost.
Yeah.
Fender has laid off 150 to 300 people at a time twice in the last 4 years.
That is not a healthy company.
Now, it's not. But if you look at a company like Avid, who back in the day had 4,500 people worldwide working for them, who have cut that back to 350 direct staff or thereabouts, a lot of outsourcers and yada yada yada. Companies can come back from this, but bear in mind, Avid is a software company now, not a hardware company.
Nope.
Fender's it's got the biggest name in one of the biggest names in the music industry. It's not going to go anywhere. It'll just get bought by. It'd be like Bentley or Aston Martin. It's the same thing.
And how many times have those companies changed hands?
Exactly. It would just change hands again.
What about this? What of the last 5 to 10 product lines that Fender have released, be it that player digital modeler box thing or the Tone Master that Vinny shouts from
He
the rooftops
loves
about,
so much about it.
or the latest, it's some sort of iteration of a Stratocaster. What is the last thing that they've released that everybody thought, I tell you what, they've nailed it there?
1950 with the Strat.
1954 was the origin of the Strat.
Surely they should spend the money on putting good people in the right places in the company to make their product line good, to make customers want to buy their product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stop trying to stop other people making money on things that are similar.
Sounds expensive.
Just do better work.
Just do better.
Yeah. At this
Nick,
point, sorry.
200 pieces worldwide, 4,200.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a lot of. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It's probably a great guitar.
I think that's a bad investment.
No doubt. I've definitely been a lot more PRS curious again in the last 4 weeks than I was previously.
Funny that.
Funny.
Well, I mean, like let's look at my Gibson again. I got it secondhand, right? Brand new from a collector, but I got it secondhand. I mean, that guitar. What's the retail on that thing? A made to measure one single humbucker custom Les Paul custom is probably like what, $8,000 retail?
No, it would depend because so
7,000?
it's only a $500 upcharge to do made to measure. So take whatever the base model would cost, add $500 to do whatever you want to do to it. So it's a Les Paul custom or a custom shop Les Paul?
It's a custom shop Les Paul custom.
Okay. So a Les Paul custom, I know it's confusing, is $54.99. So it'd be $59.99 for the made to measure version.
All right. So the Paul and Smith is not really that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
If you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Go, Paul.
And probably a lot more consistent as well.
Yeah.
The internet
Nick.
stopped at this end, gentlemen.
What's that?
The internet stopped at this end. We didn't hear what you said.
Okay. Opinion on Roland jazz chorus, especially 80s ones.
Love it.
I like a jazz chorus. I like them a lot.
You said that right at the point where you tried my one, and we both went, even the distortion channel's passable.
It is
It's, that's fine.
It's all right.
But
It's
the
all right.
chorus is amazing.
But you don't
And-
buy a jazz chorus for its distortion channel. You buy it
Yeah.
for that one Marillion chorus sound.
You know what it also does really, really, really well? It's a great keyboard amp. Because you can plug directly into the effects return stereo. You need a volume control because then you're just going wide open. The controls on the front of the amp don't exist anymore. But that's how I used to I gigged one as a keyboard amp. And it was great.
Yeah.
No tweeter.
No tweeter. Didn't need it.
Wow. Basil. Jive had a little friend with him. Who's that? I've got in late. That's Jive is in his bedroom. This is Jive's partner.
Ironically, I'm taller than John, but I'm sat behind him.
Are you still on his bed?
Yeah, I am actually on his bed.
And are you also drinking out of a little plastic cup?
The guitar.
Are you drinking out of a plastic cup?
Yeah.
Beer in
Jeez.
plastic cup. Yeah.
See, it's actually cider, but it's not a red plastic cup because apparently that's only a thing in America.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
We only have red plastic here. No other colors.
Yeah, limits. Remember how excited everyone got
Greg,
when
whoever that was the last time. There we go.
Yeah, this is Greg.
Yeah.
Greg from Adventures in Gearland. You've seen him. He
Otherwise
comes up
known as
in-
Larry North. You may have seen or heard of me elsewhere.
It's confusing.
suffers.
It's confusing. Alamit says, remember how excited everyone got when Bud got promoted from Fender Japan? Yes.
yeah, I was excited for it.
So was I.
That went well.
Because Fender Japan was the only division making anything interesting.
Yeah. JTB, but can he play with his dinger like I can? I doubt if anyone can play with their dinger as well as you can, JTB.
God.
Jim, Gibson dictate to retailers in my country what brands they may not stock. If they want to stock Gibsons, Tokai is one they may not stock. It's interesting.
That makes sense. I guarantee Fender probably does something similar, or they will do something similar for any retailers that continue to carry them. You can't carry PRS, Schecter, etc., Friedman, etc.
Do they not do that already by virtue of the volume / cost of stock that retailers require to put of
No,
Fender?
because if you think about like Sweetwater and Guitar Center, they carry all of them. So they're not telling anybody yet who they can and cannot carry. But in a way, they do dictate their dealers because they tell them what. I mean, they're not the only ones. Yamaha does the same thing with Line 6. If somebody wants to be a Line 6 dealer, they tell them how many of each unit you have to keep in stock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's common. That is commonplace.
Yeah.
But I also know a lot of people turn around and have their special Yamaha arrangement.
Yeah.
So while drum companies have tried it for years, certainly Yamaha drums have tried it for years. That doesn't stick to many dealers. And again, that's not me being some kind of I know everything there is to know, but everyone's got their own special arrangement.
I do wonder though, people like Southend Music Exchange, which is the local guitar store of channel the Guitaristas, Colin there. They are just an independent music company, and it's tiny. If they're told they need to keep £80,000 worth of Fender stock in annually, they're not going to stock Fender.
Yeah.
So they are, by extension, saying you're not stocking anybody else if you're stocking us, because all of their money is tied up in Fender stock.
But again,
Or would be tied up.
an interesting thing is who else stocks Harley Benton? Oh, by the way, nobody else stocks Harley Benton. Only Toman.
Yeah. By the way, I looked up South End Music Exchange, and I just need to mention, you folks in the UK, this is commonplace for you. And Vinny, you go there, and your wife's from there, but your place names are ridiculous. South End Music Exchange is at 785 London Road, Westcliff-on-Sea, Southend-on-Sea, Westcliff-on-Sea, SSO 9SU, United Kingdom. I need like 3 pens to have enough ink to write that address.
Yeah, it's true.
And
It's true.
it's not even at the south of the country.
Yeah.
That's like
It's in
space
the same
coordinates.
county as I live. It's an hour from me. In fact, it's about 10 minutes from where Dennis Cornell's based.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
No,
So anyway,
Dennis is in Southend.
he's in Southend, but that's in Westcliff where they're actually they're based.
Anyway, I digress.
Tricky Trav, he says the Studio Rats new guitar day just got an Edwards SG. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I like
Oh,
Edward.
Trav, so that's like the ESP Viper, right? If I'm not mistaken. Throw that in a comment there.
Isn't Edwards?
Edwards is the overseas version of ESP, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah,
Unless I'm
but
wrong.
Edwards also used to make like legit 1-to-1 copies of the SG.
That's
And
what
so-
I thought it was a Japanese. I thought it was a Japanese.
It
Gibson.
was. It is. It was Japanese Gibson before ESP started changing them to be less the same. So you could buy Japanese market only ones that looked identical to like the Gibson counterpart. And then there's also, Trav, while you're looking for Japanese guitars, look at Orville. Orville is Gibson. Orville is Gibson.
Or Bill Gibson, of course
Yeah,
it is.
Orville was the Japanese market Gibson because they couldn't be called Gibson in Japan because there was already a company that had the trademark on the name Gibson in a different industry. So they had to call the guitars Orville, but they're Gibson. Gibson had them made.
Oh.
Nice info.
JTB class action lawsuits. You get $5 and the lawyers get 5 million.
Yeah.
I just got my payout for one of those data leak class action lawsuits. I got $7.
Hey.
Awesome.
I was about to say you got 5, but I was pretty close.
Yeah.
I was being cynical.
Can't even get a Wendy's meal for that anymore.
Dave, Fender actually released a telly that I truly want, the Lefty Cactus Grey with rosewood fretboard. And I refuse because of this mess. But it seems that lots of people are refusing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Russ, it makes me happy to see my 1984 Fernandez has illegal headstock. Nice.
Yeah.
Blind Man Gary says, I'm not buying a Fender purely because I don't have the money.
Fair.
And then,
Yeah. Guitar Buddy, plenty of used Fenders on the market, better price. So new Fender is no deal. That's what I think that should be the protest. If you buy a Fender, just go and buy a used one.
and it was interesting to see that the Fender used market on the recent G&H auctions did not take a dive. It wasn't like, oh, we're not buying Fender. It's just we're not buying new Fender.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so I know Fender owns Reverb, but on Reverb's website, if you look up Fender Stratocaster keyword, they have 14,599 listings right now.
Wow.
Can we list one more to make it 15,000?
Phil, are you just feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the fact that Vinny's internet searched something faster than you?
Well, I didn't have a reason to search it, but
Yeah,
did
he would have beat me by a long stride. But
That's
I felt good about that one. Thank you for noticing. I felt good
Yeah.
that I was able to kind of punch that in.
Bolt Brothers, solidarity.
Just by used. Guitar
Yeah,
Buddy.
so new and used, it's actually 18,440 worldwide. Because
Ah.
remember, Vinny, the top result, they hide things because
Oh.
unless you're bumping as a new dealer, they don't show your listings.
Oh yeah, include reverb.
And-
yeah.
Yeah, used is 11,000.
If you were both cynical, as perhaps some of us on this stream are, and also quite good at marketing, you might comp the Gibson Play Authentic slogan with "Buy used Fender."
Or just I'm going to start my own company called Shapes Matter.
Oh,
And then
Oh,
you just send me your Fender, and I'll grind the name off the headstock and send it back to you. It'd be like a custom shop.
you're like a Gibson.
Yeah.
Shipping includes $1,000.
Walrus is "Looking for Freedom" is a great song by Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff has great songs.
There's no
Well,
such
no.
thing. No such thing.
No.
Not true.
I believe Walrus that comes into the category of that thing
Irony.
the Americans don't understand. Irony. That's the one. Yes.
Contranate says I'm friends with Gary Sinclair, who produced David Hasselhoff's album with his cover of "Hooked on a Feeling." Gary used to hang the gold album over the toilet in his studio.
I refer you to my previous comment about being good at marketing.
Exhibit A.
I'm just saying that when the wall came down between East and West Germany, they wanted two things. They wanted two things.
McDonald's and Gary.
No,
McDonald's and David.
And Dave.
David Hasselhoff and Playboy magazine.
In which no.
Well, they got both of them, so
Walrus, there's no market anymore for the $1,200 Strat. People can either buy the $400 guitar or the $4,000 guitar.
I mean they're selling an awful lot of those made in Mexico ones.
Yeah.
They're in Terraline. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
JTB, hasn't Fender copied other acoustic guitar companies' models for their own models, like the borrowing heavily from the iconic Martin Dreadnought? Maybe Martin should sue Fender.
And who's to know that that's not the next headline we'll be talking about in a week's time?
Yeah.
Because even everybody else has said it in their quote unquote defense spiel.
Yeah.
If Tillman are putting pressure on, and then another, Martin, for example, put a little bit more pressure on, at what point do the people that own Reverb, the parent corporation, go, we just haven't got a bottomless pit of cash, let's call it quits, shall we?
Yeah.
We're already 186 million in the hole.
Graham says, my wife is from Southend. They're a scary bunch down there. True that.
See, I was going to do an Essex girl gag there, but I'm not now. I'm moving on.
Nick, Edwards also make Fender copies for the Japanese market. They're owned by ESP on Toman. You can only find the ESP models.
Ah, well, there we go.
Yep. And ESP, I'm pretty sure, was one of those companies that got a cease and desist letter.
We don't know for sure.
Tricky. Yes, sir, it is. Edwards is a Japanese market version of ESP now. I was looking for an SG with a thicker neck, and it was the only option at a store near me. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Matthew says, Vinny, I saw you doing a swap out and telly pickups for DiMarzio's. I'm looking for a decently hot, dark, thick single coil size humbucker for my Fender Ultra One. A good match for next. Any advice? Wow, someone wants a thick, a
Dark sounding.
dark sounding humbucker. You must be the only person in the world.
Next.
I don't know. I'm pleasantly happy with the DiMarzio set that I put in mine. So, which is the oh my god, I'm losing it today. It's the same. It's the same thing. The same ones that come in the Kazan telly, which is the I'm drawing a blank. I can't even remember at this point.
They're probably quite.
Ooh, you know what? If you're wanting a dark humbucker but a single coil size, get it. Just find your favorite and change the. You can change the volume pot capacitance, and don't put a 250K pot or change the value. I'm not going to get this right. You can look it up. There's lots of people that have done talks about it. But if you change the pot or the capacitor on the tone knob, you can actually just make that pickup you've got darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would look at, if you want a dark sounding single coil humbucker, look at the Tone Zone S. They make a Tone Zone bridge pickup, I think, in that single, and the Tone Zone always tends to have like a little bit of a darker sound and a scooped mid, and that might be something you might be looking for depending on what you're playing. But I don't know for the life of me what I actually put in my telly. I'm like it's a Twang King and the Chopper T is what it is. Twang King and the Chopper T, and I'm really pleased with it, man. And like Phil's saying, you could put a different cap size in there, but just roll the tone back a little bit. It'll darken up. No matter what cap you got in there.
How many amps do you have, Matt? And does your amp need a new something? If you're finding it too bright, is something going awry in the wiring of your amplifier?
I think he's just used to using. I'm guessing here and surmising that he's used to using a humbucker guitar, and he plugs a telly into his amp, and he just goes.
Oh God! Woo, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walrus 40 watt. Thank you for the info about Orville. Never knew that. Well, there you go. I'll check out the Orville for sure. I'm actually wanting to buy a Firebird. So that's a great shout, Phil. Says Tricky Trev.
Yeah, you're not gonna find an Orville Firebird for under what you can buy a Gibson Firebird for.
David,
I know that sounds weird, but
David is God in Germany. Yes. Don't hassle the half. It's true. William Sweaty Balls. How much should a Player Series Jaguar PJ bass be selling for second hand? I'm in the market.
Precision Jazz, as in one of those two pickups where you got the split back at the front, single coil at the back, a PJ bass.
But Jaguar
is a bit of a misnomer as far as I can tell.
No, that's what they're called. There's a Player Series Jaguar bass with a P and a J pickup.
Okay.
It was a part of the Ventera line, if I remember correctly. It is. I have a buddy of mine that plays one. I think he paid $700, but a very quick search showed me that most of the ones listed right now are over $1,000. So,
wow.
They should go for whatever the market is paying for them.
And if you can get a deal on one for about 700 USD,
go for that.
Yeah.
Bella Plum, he says, I have an HSS American Performer made strap with Yosemite pickups or Yosemite pickups. I love the HB, but find the neck and mid pickup is too thin sounding. Which do you recommend to have an SRV with more bass? The only reason I said James will know the joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was about to say, you got it right the first time.
I know this joke. James, don't forget it. Sorry, I love the HB. Find the neck and mid pickup too thin sounding. That's because it's not balanced. I mean, it's really hard to get an HSS that is balanced.
Yeah. You've got to work really, really hard. And I was checking to see if I have it here because I have my pick guard that is my HSS pick guard, but I don't have the knobs here. There's a couple of things that are the problem with an HSS, and Vinny especially can tell you. Because that same thing we were just talking about, the volume knob capacitance, whether it's a 500K, 250K, you got to pick one, and it's going to be wrong for one of the other. So if you get a 500K for the humbucker, that's going to be totally wrong. It's going to make it bright and thin on the other two pickups. If you do the opposite, it's going to make it dark on the humbucker. Or you can get what's a stacked pot where it's a concentric pot. You've got two different controls. Then you got to get the wiring correct. And then you've got to get a super switch so that you can get all the combinations correct. And it's very hard to balance those two things.
You could do a 500K pot and then do a resistor trick and tie in resistors to the single coil so that they only see 250K ish, somewhere in that zone. I've also seen guys get like a 300 and change K pot and kind of have like a best of both worlds and try to marry it that way too. It all depends on your liking, but inherently HSS into itself are always hard to match up because one is going to be way more powerful than the other.
This is the solution.
Ride the volume with your pinky?
Ride the volume with your pinky.
No,
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to get the volumes adjusted correctly. That's the
It's hard.
problem.
Playing guitar is hard.
No. An HSS is it's just it doesn't tonally. It's really hard to get to work because it's you want that. The only reason you buy an HSS is because probably you like 80s music. I've got a few, yeah, but an HSS. So I just think you just got to EQ it. You've just got to EQ. You've got if you've got a normal HSS. And you don't want to do all the stuff that Vinny's talking about, which I'd highly recommend you do. But I just think if you EQ for the single coils, and you just got to expect a darker sounding humbucker.
Yeah, and then you can do height adjustments to adjust output to match, but that's going to affect the tone of it as well. And I'm just saying, there's a reason this is in a drawer over here and not on my guitar. There's a reason.
And yet, my number one is still that Schecter, which has got the HSS active EMGs
Sure.
in it.
It's active, but that's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference there.
But even the active pickup circuit, the humbucker is louder and livelier than the other two. It just is. It's one of those trade-offs of an HSS setup. You just have to.
Now there's something else you could do depending on what music you play. If you're playing like hard rock or instrumental rock or something to that effect, I would just pull the whole pick guard out, because you got to worry about if the new pickups you're going to buy are going to be in phase with that humbucker anyway. I would pull that stuff all out of there anyway. And then I would get yourself whatever brand. I'll just say DiMarzio for right now because we're talking, they're not expensive. Look at the Cruiser for the neck pickup. Andy Timmons plays with a Cruiser. It has a single coil-esque sound, but it is a humbucker in itself. And that usually has a higher volume, and it plays well with humbuckers. So I would look at the Andy Timmons and what he's using, and then kind of like dance around that a little bit as far as the EQing of the pickups on their website. I'm not saying you have to buy DiMarzio, but that Cruiser pickup, I've had it before. I think I even did a video with it on my channel. It has this inherent single coil thing going on with it. It doesn't exactly sound like a single coil, but it is a humbucker solution, and that could set you in the right place, especially if you're playing live. You don't have to worry about any 60 cycle hum, and you're done.
Okay,
that's the reason why the pedal has got the switch on it, so that you can have the boost.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Do you know what? I think a lot of HSS guitars come with an over hot humbucker.
Yep,
because
they focus so much on the humbucker.
They focus too much on the humbucker and not on that. So maybe change the humbucker, get something that's more single coil voice, something like we talk about all the time, the Thornbuckers. Thornbuckers. They're more single coil voice. If you've got the coin, as Vinny would say, you would go and have a look at Ron Ellis signature humbucker. Again, quite lower output, loads of clarity.
Also, I need to mention, both of y'all have more experience with this than I only know what people say. The Sir wiring harness that they put in for the HSSs is really widely regarded. I don't know what they do that's different, but everybody says it's different, and the way they make it work.
Yeah. They're silent coil. Fender do something now. I can't remember what they call it. It's on that yellow Strat that I've got. The wiring, it's called something that Fender do, which is HSS. And
you found it yet, Phil?
Yeah.
Sure. I have to say, like, the Ron Ellis are probably the best set of pickups I've ever got, ever in my guitar, hands down, 100%. I just love them. Like I said, if you don't have the coin, look at Lawler. But you could buy an Imperial low wind, and then put that in with a couple of their singles or whatever, or something to that effect. But if you're going to go through the trouble of replacing a couple of singles, get rid of the humbucker too. Pull the whole thing out and start fresh with a nice new template, and then just shelve that pick guard and everything like Phil's got. And then if you decide that you want to put it back to original, you can. If you wanted to sell the guitar, and this way you don't have like a mismatch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm going to hit this button and go. Stupid comment of the week. And And I'm going to put my hands in the air and say, this one is on me, boys and girls.
So it's for the can this pickup really nail Dwayne Allman's tone? James played Jessica at the beginning of it, and he said Dwayne passed away before Jessica was recorded. That was Dickie Betts.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is exactly why in the video I said, ironically, the Dwayne Allman pickup set was based on the 1971 set from the Fillmore East gig.
Yeah.
And yet Jessica came out in 73. Sadly, by 73, Dwayne had passed. So that makes me the guilty recipient of Stupid Comment of the Week. Just to prove that even the studio rats are fallible.
Oh,
Speak for yourself, James.
Yeah.
I just did. Last couple. We're going to pile through these because I am sweating from places I didn't know I could sweat.
Sweaty balls, as Willie would say. Tricky Trav, with everything happening, do you think if Fender sells off in the next 5 years, what would change in the market?
Nothing. They'll just change their own owner company.
Yeah, it's just another private equity firm will buy them, just like Gibson. I'm going to tell you, I heard rumblings that Gibson was up for sale a couple of years ago again, which would have made perfect sense because ROI for a private investment company like the one that owns them is usually 5 years, make your money back, sell it, make more money. The next company does the same thing. The fact that they haven't sold Gibson is amazing.
Yeah.
Bella Plum, by the way, I don't need to explain how negative the world is. I really appreciate the positivity and sanity, your discussions about music and garbering. Cheers, mate.
We do our best. I mean, I can't say sanity is possibly the thing we bring on a Wednesday night, but we do our best.
Have you seen this room? There's nothing sane about this.
Willie and Sway Balls. That's the thing. The seller have them listed and no one's buying, but they won't bring the price down. I'm not overpaying. They can tip.
Yeah, I haven't sold anything on Reverb in a long time because I'm not going to take a massive hit and give something away.
Me either.
So, and I'm sure we're not the only ones, so it's probably quite the problem. And people aren't buying stuff right now.
Trav, quick question. Has anyone used an EQ for a boost? I'm building a live board and want a boost that is transparent but pushes my other pedals. Any suggestions?
Do exactly what you suggested.
An EQ7.
Yeah, GE7.
Yeah, that's the one. That whatever it's called, that one.
Yeah,
the only thing is, he's saying transparent. If you don't push up any of the EQ faders, you just use the actual volume boost. Then but if you're going to start pushing the frequencies, then I wouldn't call that transparent.
No, you can boost those frequencies that are just going to bring you up in the mix just a little bit. I would actually recommend, and this is the Source Audio EQ pedal. Talk about it more, people. The Boss is great, and they fix the noisy issues in the modern one, but the Source Audio has presets, and that alone makes it worth it to me.
Yeah.
I used to play in a band with a guy who used the MXR 10 band for exactly that purpose.
Yep, it's just huge.
It works. Yeah. I mean, pedal board wise, in terms of real estate, it was thoroughly impractical. But he had an enormous pedal board with kind of 3-4 pedals on it. But in terms of the theory of use an EQ to boost, absolutely works. Just experiment with it.
Yeah.
The chances are the answer to your question is at your fingertips if you already own one of those pedals.
Bella Plum, thanks for the answers. Enjoy the discussions and comments. Cheers, Betty. Blum and Gary, does anyone else sing Stupid Comment of the Week, or is it just me?
I did.
at least what, 9 times?
Yeah.
Do it, Trav. You can control exactly what frequency you want boosted.
Yeah.
Sweaty dingers.
Yep, very much so.
Everyone's got sweaty dingers. David, Tricky says, David, shall I ever invest in an EQ pedal before in my life? So I'm new to it all.
No, likewise. Hang on. So that one, that's next.
One for Equator, says David.
Yeah.
JV's Hangout. He says, Genome 2.0, got to try it out after your review. Got to admit, it sounded great. Now, did you say it will run NAM 2 natively? Did we say that?
We didn't say it would, it will. But as far as we know, it doesn't yet. But that's not saying it won't, it will.
Okay. I have
Okay.
Genome 2.0. I just haven't tried it yet.
It's very awesome.
Tricky Trav, is that the EQ2?
Yes, that's the Source Audio EQ2. The original one's still good, but the EQ2 has some updates that I can't remember off the top of my head.
William Sweaty Ball says, "Bye guys, I'm away to watch Scotland pump Brazil. Good luck with that, mate. That'll be first."
I don't know. Brazil isn't looking as good as they have in the
They're
past
not
this
the
year.
team they used to be, are they?
No,
Let's
they're
face
not.
it.
Really? Scotland, no, Brazil. Wow, we'll see what happens.
I mean,
Best of luck.
They're
Best of luck.
going to
We'll
get
see what happens.
absolutely bent over by Vinicius Jr.
I heard that the Tartan Army, which is the supporters, are just going around.
They've taken over Boston.
Boston dry.
Yeah,
just putting and they're just putting.
They
as
did-
do,
they didn't just drain the bars dry in Boston. The distributor had to wait for more.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But
Good work, boys.
Well done,
before
chaps.
before I was rudely interrupted, that they're doing their classic thing, which is putting traffic cones on statues everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Julian Edelman, a former wide receiver for the Patriots, helped them put it on George Washington. He
Oh, did
climbed
they?
up the statue.
Excellent.
What sport is he talking about? Wide? What?
Football.
All right.
JV still using Tonex's original big pedal. I was shocked when Alex Lyson said that he uses for his amp and tones on his tour.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked. It's good.
Denny, you guys try out Tone Zone 3000. Lots of cool stuff on there. Yes, we did a video on that.
We love it. We love it.
Genome supports NAMA 2. I've been using it after the 2.0 update. Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, thanks, he says.
Yeah.
Yes, great. All done.
Boys and girls, I am literally, and I do literally mean literally, about to pass out here. It is hotter than a hot place where a hot thing should never come from. I'd like to thank. Yes. And the beds are this far apart. I'm not joking.
And thankfully, it smells of leftover Dominoes now.
Better than leftover feet. I'd like to thank my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Paul Drew.
No way.
Greg, Larry North, Farah, 41 Phil, and Vinny the Axe. We'll be back next week where, who knows? I mean, I'll be in an air-conditioned studio again, so I won't care what it's like doing outside. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great week. Have a great weekend of gigging and all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you again very soon. Nighty-night.
Take it easy.
bye-bye.